Hey, Adam, I know the world's going to shit right now and it's ending,
Oh
but
God, the world is coming to an end.
and people are panicking and all that, but like,
I'm panicking over here.
wait, you are?
Yeah, this is horrible. This is so horrible, man.
I figured you'd be planning for this your entire life. I mean, as long as you follow your social distancing. What am I talking about? You social distance people when you don't have to.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I'm as a huge introvert, I've been planning for this my entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. While you're all stuck at home, let's get ready for a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we have some news about the empty arena shows that AEW and WWE has put on. We got ratings to go over. I've got the card for this week's New England Wrestling Alliance show to go over. And, we also have to talk about Jake the Snake. I'll get to that later, though. That's a surprise topic for you, Tim. I threw that one in there.
Oh, you have a surprise topic. I got one too, so fuck you.
It's not that much of a surprise. Your topic isn't even that important. We're just going to skip over it.
It's mine isn't either, but I'm going to one-up you.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Not to be a one-upper, Adam, but I got one too.
Not to be a one-upper, but I'm going to one-up you here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right on to it. This past week, everyone's doing empty arena shows, if they're even doing shows at this point. Thank you,
Yeah.
AEW and WWE, for continuing to bring at least entertainment to the masses. Kind of. Quote unquote, entertainment to the masses.
Yeah.
One show was very entertaining, and another company's show just felt awkward.
Yep.
It's like one show was specifically written so that they would have, as if there was a studio audience. The other show was written and allowed to go about its way as if no one was there. I wonder which one's which. Anyway, let's get right onto it. Raw this week had honestly, Stone Cold's promo, very good promo. I love the fact that when they hand Austin a scripted promo, he comes out with the cards. I was like, you know what? Just do it. I'm like, because no one's going to get on you about cutting a promo and trying to remember your lines. No one cares about that. People do care when you start to wait for the what.
Yeah.
For your promo, and there's no one there to do it. They could have at least had, like the camera crews, somebody in the studio at the performance center yell out what. Except for not Baron Corbin. What's his name?
Byron Saxton?
Byron Saxton, thank you. At least, having him jump in after, like, the second one. Oh, and I do have to say, whoever edited the clip so that they would pan to a non-existent audience shouldn't have done that. Just don't do that. At least put, AEW was smart. You put, the guys who were not performing that night out in the audience. Even some of them were still performing that night. They just came out and just sat out there.
Basically, the people the talent who were there, because Tony Khan has said, if you don't feel comfortable coming in, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect your push.
Nope.
Don't come in. So the people who were there, because they were trying to keep it a limited schedule, they just had them out at ringside, so you had somewhat of an audience and atmosphere there.
Exactly. I enjoyed watching the heels betting, heckling the faces in the ring. It was good to see that there was, like, I mean, at the very least, a gentle-natured ribbing going on between the guys, as everyone knew what was going on.
Though I do find it funny that in 2020, according to AEW, if you bet on a wrestling match, you're a bad guy.
Yes.
But the funny thing is, we gotta talk about SmackDown as well, because SmackDown actually had a bunch of wrestling matches on there.
Yes.
Which is the sole reason why there was one wrestling match on Raw.
Oh, okay.
And that was because Vince didn't like the fact that there was no audience there, and he didn't like that people are wrestling. So he limited it as much as he possibly could, showing the entire men's Royal Rumble match at one point.
Wow.
To take up time, to fill up time. And it's just like, well, Vince, you have this big pay-per-view that you have coming up that you're probably going to have to do an empty arena for if you want to keep doing it. So you have to get over the fact that you don't like that there's no audience there. You could do what AEW is and put your talent who are going to be there in the audience. Or you could just be Vince McMahon and say, nope, you don't do that. They are backstage. No. But that's the whole reason why Raw was the way it was. It's the reason why, apparently, I don't know if it's because of Vince, but NXT basically did the same thing for their format.
Yeah. Yeah, NXT this week, yes, we'll get to the ratings, but NXT basically did a clip show.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's not a bad thing, but are you going to continue with doing clip shows all the way up to WrestleMania? Because it doesn't look like, the health situation in the United States. I'm trying to avoid saying coronavirus or COVID-19 right now, because I've heard that YouTube is taking videos down if we mention it. But because of the current situation, why not do empty places, but fill it in with Vince? You have over 100 people on your roster right now. You're only putting about 30 people on a show. Why not have the other 70, sitting in the audience?
Especially if they can make it to Florida for Raw and SmackDown and NXT, why not?
Yeah.
Because, well, you have the entire NXT roster who lives in Orlando. They're here.
Yes.
They can make it to the arena if they feel comfortable and be spread out.
There's also all of the people who are currently just at the Performance Center. That they're not part of any roster, really. They're just Performance Center people. Why not have them sitting in the audience?
Yeah. You could have them ask them to come in and say, hey, come in. We will, if you feel, and you should, again, you have to do it this way. If you feel comfortable enough, come in to the Performance Center to be part of the audience so we have some atmosphere.
Exactly. Also, I mean, this is something that I personally would just love to see once. Why not fill the entire arena with mannequins? Just fill the entire place with mannequins and pump in crowd noise. Just to be like, no, we are swerving into this skid. We're going to go fully right with it. We're turning this into Tokyo Drift right now.
They don't want to give away their secrets of that they pump in cheers for people they want to put to people be cheering for, like Roman Reigns, and taking away boos for people that they don't want booed, like Roman Reigns.
Like Roman Reigns.
They don't want to get that they have the capability of doing that during a live broadcast. So
But it would be like I would love to see AEW do that for a like it would have been hilarious when they okay, yeah, let's just get on to AEW at this point. Because we got two major not returns but introductions.
Yes.
We got the Exalted One has come forth. It is Brody Lee.
Matt Hardy.
No, it's not. It's Owen Hart.
Whoa, bro. Whoa. You really think Owen Hart's going to give up this 20-year joke for the Exalted One?
It's been a work this entire time. They've been building up to this. We all know the conspiracy theory. It's not even a real conspiracy theory that Vince McMahon is secretly running AEW. We all know that that's true. So, of course, the Exalted One. I mean, what would you expect? Like
Vince
Jimmy
McMahon
Snuka to come in and kill it too?
In this one too? Wait, so he was the higher power in WWE. Now he's the Exalted One in AEW?
Yep.
Mind blown. Wow.
Oh, I love the fact that we have a running joke about.
Absolutely, was Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper in WWE. While there were so many teases for Matt Hardy to be the Exalted One, which I still kind of wish was there. We do know for a fact that from the second they knew that Brody Lee was going to be becoming a free agent, he was the plan to be the higher up for the Exalted One.
Good.
So as soon as they knew he was getting released, and they they started negotiating, they knew he was going to be the higher power.
That's awesome
the
because
Exalted One. My bad.
I mean, one, he was able to, like, he didn't have to deny rumors or anything like that. He just kept his social media posts the exact same. Today is such and such day. You know what that means. And just continue going with that the entire time. And I'm like, and then, just this week, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm the Exalted One now. And here's my merch sales. Here's where you can buy my merch. I was like, I like this. I actually, like, he goes from being a follower for so many years to now being like the leader.
Yep. So it's one of these things, like, it'll be interesting to see how they use him and how different he is from like the Luke Harper backwoods character, the Brother Mayhem from where are they?
The Basham brothers? No,
yeah.
It wasn't that. Yeah.
Whatever that name was.
The Super Mario brother. No, that's not it either.
But it'll be interesting to see where they go with this and how they're going to use it. He had one of the best lines in his promo, his video package. But before we get to that, really a second, I do want to point out that either someone cued him raw too early, or the truck didn't fade to the video package that was going to air on the screen to the actual out of the arena fast enough, because you could see him walking out while they were starting to fade. So it almost felt like oh, he's coming out. There he is right there. Oh no, we're going to a package. I didn't know this going on. I was like, they fucked up. I would have been like, someone fucked up.
Yeah, all I can think of is that someone in the back didn't transfer the over to the video package fast enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Or it could be a combination of both. Someone cued him to come out, and someone in the truck didn't do.
Yeah,
it was just like a big miscommunication. Otherwise, it was good. We got the reveal, and then his line that was the best line was to Christopher Daniels, like, "You're not the only. He's the first out-of-date old man who hasn't believed in me."
I gotta say, I know exactly who it was that screwed up that video package and all of that stuff. It was Kevin Dunn. This plays right into Vince McMahon running everything. I knew it. I knew it. It's confirmation right there. It's confirmation. Also, Half-Life 3 confirmed.
No. It was not the racist tooth.
No, it was the other one. It was the other two.
The homophobe one?
The ultra gay homophobe.
Oh yeah, that one. No, it wasn't that one either. No. This has DX writing all over it.
It was the personal assistant, aka Shawn Michaels.
It was DX.
was
And by
just
DX, because we all know who works for AEW, who's part of DX. Billy Gunn let them in.
Oh my god. Okay. So, I do enjoy Billy Gunn is now started to show up in Being the Elite.
Oh, okay.
And the best part of it is the sketch this week for him was he was trying to figure out why his son why he's not the favorite of his son. Like, he knows that he's got to be the favorite for his son. It's his son, his dad. So he finally goes over to his son, and his son's just like, he's like, oh yeah, no, Dad, I look up to you. You're my dad. Of course I look up to you. You're one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You're a Hall of Famer. You're a legend. But everyone knows that I like Road Dogg more than you. And walked away. And like Billy's just like, okay.
So we all know Billy is the one that let DX into the truck. So
it was Road Dogg. They were hanging out the day, and Road Dogg was just like, he stood in the way of making the transition happen. He was just like, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Hold. Wait. Which way are you gonna go?
But yeah, so, well, we didn't get Matt Hardy as the Exalted One, though we did get a Matt Hardy reveal.
Yes, we did, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Hardy is AEW. Right at the end of the show, too. So we were getting the reveal of the 5th member of the Elite since Nick Jackson is out, quote-unquote, indefinitely, after having a garage door slammed on him by the inner circle.
And not at all because his wife is expecting their 3rd child soon.
Actually, if I remember correctly, by now the little guy or little girl, I don't remember, has been born, I believe, okay. Or it's still like a day away. I forget. But yeah, no, it has nothing to do with that. Also, the Elite is beat up right now. Like, they are as a group pretty broken up. Like, Cody's still doing his thing. Okay. The Young Bucks are down to 1 member right now. Kenny has a broken hand, which will be fully healed in the next couple of weeks. Adam Page is, still drunk. So they don't have a 5th member to go against the Inner Circle. Cue Vanguard 1.
Yep.
Can you imagine if the arena had been full for that pop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would have been a huge show closer. But I don't mind. Like, I actually would love to see Matt Hardy, after working with the Elite, kind of filling that 1-year role that Sting had, where he was up in the rafters. He'd do something backstage, but you didn't see him in the ring. Matt Hardy just kind of keeps doing weird stuff backstage for a while, then has a major program with someone. Anybody. Brody
It'll be
Lee.
Interesting to see. Because, yes, he will be the 5th member in Blood and Guts when we get it. We don't know for a fact when that will be.
No.
Because one of the big things about Dynamite was they constantly say on the next Dynamite, not next week, because there's always a chance that Florida governor could say, no, we're not doing this.
Yep.
We're closing all stuff down and we won't be able to next week. So they're already saying, when we get the next Dynamite, this is what will happen.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it there. So, and there's also talk about pushing Blood and Guts back at least another week. Even if we do get another, they can continue to do shows, but pushing it back another week anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we have a plan. We were a plan to book the Blood and Guts match up and better book the plan up to it, because I don't think they did a very good job of doing this, because all of a sudden they announced it at Revolution, and then all of a sudden they go with the storyline, oh, the Elite and the Inner Circle are now going at each other again after months of not having any real contact with each other. And it's just like, yes, I get you can do that because the story is kind of the way their storylines work kind of very fluid, but there's nothing. You can still have all those storylines and still keep that fragment of the Inner Circle Elite War going on, but they didn't do that. It was very much separate, and then they kind of bring it back quickly to have this Blood and Guts match 4 weeks later.
Yeah.
And so we were supposed to do that today, but Adam actually wants to think through his stuff.
I really want to write it down. I want to bring the audience a level of fantasy booking that can only be brought to them by another Adam. Plumpy himself. By the way, Tim, you sent me the link, and I ended up watching it like 3 days later. It took me a little while, okay? I didn't have enough free time. Now I have too much free time.
Yeah, you do.
Just so the audience knows, you guys all know that I have a day job. I'm part of manufacturing. My shop closed. Not closed, but due to not being able to have 50 people in the same building with each other, and the fact that all of the things that we print are associated with sports teams and athletics, and the companies that order this stuff are not ordering it right now. So we kind of and one of our big contracts is WWE. They kind of cut a lot of their shirt orders down for us. So we were printing WrestleMania 36 shirts. Like some of these designs are awesome. We were printing NWO shirts. Specifically though 6. Yeah, X-Pac's NWO shirt, which actually it's a pretty cool design.
Cool.
Yeah. I got to say that's not bad. The one design, sorry, I'm going to go off for a little bit. I'm going to talk about, printing shirts for a second here. The ones that suck.
Just wake me up when you're done.
Okay. I will. The ones that really suck to print right now are the Sasha Banks shirts. It is 4 hits of this silver, which, by the way, silver does not dry correctly. Like, in between hits, you're supposed to have like a flash off where it dries really quickly, and then you hit it again. It doesn't dry right. These silver inks do not dry right. And then we put a silver foil over that and have it heat transferred onto there. That shirt just sucks to print. Like, it just sucks. One of the shirts that we were doing, we actually, on the last day, were not able to finish it. It's a Walters shirt. The image on the front of it is 20 inches tall. The average t-shirt has 24 inches from neck seam to bottom seam. We have 2 inches of room to print that shirt. That one was actually a really nice. I really enjoy that one. That and Keith Lee's newest shirt, the Legion shirt. Beautiful shirt. Beautiful shirt. We love doing that one too.
Are you done yet?
Kind of.
If not, I'll go back to sleep.
I wish that but yeah, WrestleMania shirts, they got cut down. But speaking of WrestleMania, it turns out that we're getting 2 nights of WrestleMania this year. Which,
see, I always knew Vince was a copycatter. Wrestle Kingdom does it first, and he's like, I gotta do it now so I can say I did it first because people believe me because it came from WWE.
Yeah, of course.
Though you can literally go and look on the internet for the actual date of the event to prove it otherwise, but WWE fans won't believe it because it's not
Yeah.
WWE.
No, Wrestle Kingdom did it because they had so many matches going on that it just didn't make sense for them to do a single night and do a 7-hour show. So instead, it was
Just
2
one-
nights at about 5 hours each.
Yeah. So it was definitely an interesting idea, and the reason why they're doing 2 nights is because, again, Vince can't stand this idea of wrestling matches that have no audience for. So instead of having all these matches on one night and driving him nuts, they're just trying to cut it down to the basic minimum,
Yeah.
and so he can get out of there fast enough. But
I mean, also as a fan, I did not enjoy WrestleMania being like 7 hours long. That's not including like pre-show and then pre-show and all the coverage that they were doing. It was like the Super Bowl, which honestly, I keep thinking that the Super Bowl's coverage really is only, for me anyway, I tune into coverage for the Super Bowl at about the hour or two before the match is supposed to happen.
the kickoff.
Yeah, the kickoff. But then like I have friends that will watch all of that pregame coverage starting the day before. And I'm like, why do you need that much pregame coverage? It's one game.
I know.
But, you know, and that's how WrestleMania was last year. It was like 14 hours. Like, I understand if they're like, hey, here's a clip show regarding Access. You know, the night before is the Hall of Fame. Okay. You know, I understand doing all that. It's like, here's a replay of the Hall of Fame. Here's a replay of the stuff that went on at Access this year. You also get NXT TakeOver. You're asking, and then the night after WrestleMania, you've got Raw. Like, you're asking your fans to watch a lot of your coverage over a 4 or 5 day period. Stop it.
And also, as the running joke was from last year, as Becky Lynch even pointed out, is that WrestleMania was on a Sunday. She won both Raw and SmackDown championships on Monday.
Yes, technically.
So, yeah, it was way too long of a show. And that's one of the problems with, I think New Japan realized after they kind of do their pay-per-views on their New Japan World, is like WWE does theirs. And that when you don't have time constraints because of pay-per-view buys,
Yep.
you let things stretch a little bit longer than maybe you should have. Some of these matches don't need to be 25 minutes long. A 15-minute match would have been fine, even for such a big show, but you let it go because you don't have the time constraints anymore. And it's not a good thing overall.
Right.
So it will be interesting to see. There have been some rumored of what matches will fall on what night. I think, Adam, you have that.
I
but
have. So
nothing has
it
been
was a
confirmed first.
leak of the official. You know how, like, the WWE official card that they had,
Yeah.
that they always. Well, it's a leak picture of that, which doesn't always mean that it's official because Vince and company will change things up to literally the minute before the show starts. But we've got a lot of matches on here. I'm just going to run down the matches that are on this leaked card.
Okay.
We've got Otis with Tucker, so it's Heavy Machinery, aka the Ham Slam. I hate that nickname. That's a Vince McMahon nickname who saw 2 big hosses and went, "You guys eat a lot of ham, don't you?" And that's it. That's all. It's just like Shorty G, who's 5'10". That is actually average height here in the United States. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not small, he's average. Shut up, Vince. But it's Otis versus Dolph Ziggler with Mandy Rose as the referee. Okay. We've got the 3rd annual Women's WrestleMania Battle Royale. We've got the 7th annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Then we've got the United States Championship. This is actually a fatal four-way. It's Angel Garza versus Rey Mysterio versus Humberto Carrillo versus Andrade. I like that setup. We've got the Women's Tag Team Championship. It's the Kabuki Warriors versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya. Okay. Not a... I actually enjoy Natalya and Beth Phoenix teaming up together. Then we've got the NXT Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. We've got the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Miz and Morrison versus New Day versus Corbin and Rude versus The Revival. I'm sorry, Revival, you're not winning this. Like, we just know. You're just... I don't even know why they're on here if they're not getting paid. I would have... Honestly, if I was booked for a match that I'm not getting paid for, I'm not showing up.
Well, first off, the card that you have leaked is a very old matchup card.
Yes. But this is the only one that's been leaked so far.
Yeah.
Then we've got the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley with Sasha Banks versus Naomi. The Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Intercontinental Championship match. Braun Strowman versus Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. Yeah, clearly this is out of date. Because it's Sami Zayn.
So first off, because they originally the Revival were supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber, and they were removed because it was clear they weren't re-signing. So this just shows you really how outdated this is.
Yeah.
So the only cards, the card that I was talking about before you started reading this was people have been putting the only confirmed matches so far on 2 different nights, with Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre main event the first night.
Yes.
Goldberg and Roman Reigns main eventing the second night, which has not been confirmed.
Oh yeah, just to put the list that I have here as how outdated it is, the Universal Championship match is still Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
We also have on here a John Cena versus Elias match.
Yeah, that's really outdated. So, what it looks like, there's a lot of wrestlers in WWE right now that are really pissed off about WrestleMania, because if they're going for a limited format and not as many matches, that means a good portion of the roster aren't going to get WrestleMania paydays that they would normally get around this time, and that hurts them big time.
Yeah.
That's usually where they get their big money throughout the year. So they're pissed off at that. So a lot of wrestlers are still hoping that maybe WrestleMania will get postponed so they can have the full card going on, and they can have the people can actually get their paydays. But yeah, it's gonna suck because
okay.
I've
got a better list now.
What?
I've got a better list now. This one actually has John Cena versus The Fiend and Goldberg versus Roman.
Okay, read it.
I'm just looking down it right now to see if there's anything else that is actually changed compared to the other one that I was reading. Oh, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins.
Yep.
Edge and Orton. The previous list that I had it as a no holds barred match. This is now a last man standing. In the Intercontinental is Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman. I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's everything that they got.
So that's still old and outdated.
That was actually the place that I got it from was from 2 days ago.
Well, those were all the matches planned.
Yeah, that's all the confirmed stuff.
No. It's not. None of those matches. Not all those matches have been confirmed. Those were the matches that were supposed to go on. The rumor idea is that there's the only other match that will probably be added to the overall WrestleMania card, if they're going to keep it a very limited for the 2 nights, is the Edge and Orton matchup.
Oh.
Because which would give it each card 4 matches, I believe.
Why, no, just because honestly, 4 matches, you're never mind. As somebody who books as one of the bookers for New England Wrestling Alliance, I understand that 4 matches really is about an hour. Like, even if you push one of those matches to go for as long as you can, like you're still only 4 matches. You're looking at an hour, maybe 2 hours.
There's gonna be a lot of gap in between them.
Oh yeah, wait. I'm sorry. I forgot it's WWE. It means that they're gonna have 4 matches in 19 backstage segments.
We're going Attitude Era.
Yup. Look, at least in the Attitude Era, it felt fresh. It felt new. It felt, unplanned, in that anything could randomly happen in the back. Instead, we get, now overly planned promos to the point that, like, Stone Cold will, say something and wait. He's like, and if you're down with that, give me a hell yeah. What? And yeah, there's no audience to yell back hell yeah. There's no need to even pause, Stone Cold. There's no need to pause. You can just go. Yeah. And if you're down with that, give me a hell yeah. All right, moving on. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do.
I honestly think he did that just to prove a point of how stupid it was for him to call for a hell yeah.
He probably could, because, like, you do see him. He leans up against the ropes, like he's just like, I can't believe I have to do this shit right now.
But it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with WrestleMania. If they will go full on in the rest of the card matches that they have planned for, or will they just add the Randy Orton match, make it 4-4 a night, and that'll be WrestleMania. But adding more matches to each card, a few more matches, I definitely think you should get the United States Championship, Intercontinental, and the SmackDown Women's Championship match on there. But we got Naomi versus Bayley at Super parking lot brawl behind Titan Towers. So I just don't see why you'd also just do it again.
Yeah.
So I'll be surprised if we get more than 4 matches a night. And then the fact that those superstars who get left off the show have a right to be mad, because this is where they get their big paydays. And while it is not WWE's fault that the coronavirus is going on, it is WWE's fault for not keeping them as independent contractors, because of greed.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It will be interesting to see there. So Adam, what's your little sneak thing about Jake Roberts?
Oh, yes, Jake Roberts made some comments about 2 very top superstars, wrestlers, that used to be with the WWE. So his comment actually was, and the best part is, it has to be taken in full context, but I'm going to tell you that the out of context thing that blew up across the internet first. Jake Roberts says that Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels are pieces of shit. What he actually says was that he, in his opinion, they were not good champions. They are some of the best workers on the planet, but as champions, now this is back in the 90s, as champions, they did nothing to help the company. Like, when Bret was champion, buy rates were going down, house shows, ticket sales, everything was going down. Now, we understand that overall, it was more bad business decisions and weird promoting and stuff like that. And then with Shawn being champion, it didn't help because Shawn was such a heel at the time that it got to a point that people just didn't want to watch him anymore. I enjoy looking back on it and going, oh man, the stuff he got away with was crazy. Nowadays, no one could get away with half that stuff.
No.
But, and both men are and were amazing workers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they were, given the championships at bad times in the company.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, I understand also, like, a lot of people were like, Jake doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, when you're the work rate gatekeeper to the championship for the 80s, you kind of know what you're talking about. But he's not saying that they're bad, that they were bad wrestlers or anything like that. No, they were champions at a very bad time.
Yeah.
Like, them having the belt did not help the company.
Well, also, it was because when you look at it, when they were given the championships, are still coming out of this whole of over-reliance on the past stars of Hogan,
Yeah.
who's no longer there, and other people who were leaving, and they didn't do enough to build up these other future stars.
Not at all.
I wonder why that seems so familiar. Oh, maybe because WCW did the same thing.
Yeah.
So they were forced to. Oh, and then wait, that's what WWE's been doing since basically WCW went out of business, forgetting to actually build. Well, because it's more focused on the immediate payoff than the actual, hey, let's actually plan for the future and bring these people in. And if they don't hit it out of the park right away, give it time, because they're not used to these guys getting these bigger pushes.
I also look at it as
to actually go for it.
What if the mindset of that we currently have regarding people getting over in WWE, what if they did that to The Rock? He would have never had the chance to get over. He would have never become the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. We would have never had The Rock. Dwayne Johnson would never become who he is today. Instead, it would have been, Rocky Maivia is jobbing out again.
Yep. So, it's definitely interesting. Okay, so not to one-up you news.
Ooh, you're one-upping me news? What's that?
Yes, my one-upping you news is Charles Robinson was talking to, I can't remember, a former WWE referee as well on his podcast. But Vince McMahon has handed down an edict to the referees going forward.
Ooh, what's that?
And this edict has basically been possibly been in effect since the summer. But you got to know the background before I tell you what the edict is to explain it. But apparently the goal with referees, if you're outside the ring and wrestlers lose track of the 10 count or aren't paying attention to the 10 count, and they get to 8, they have to kind of stop their count so they can get the ref can get the wrestlers back in the ring, so not to count them out because they had the plan finish. Well, that is no longer the case, according to them. Vince McMahon has ordered the referees that if the wrestlers lose track of time of the 10 count, to count them out regardless of the planned finish.
Yeah.
Which only makes sense because, there's a reason why you're counting them.
Yes, it should be the same rule that they have for the pin. If they see a shoulder come up, they have to stop the pin. If they don't kick out, you go through with the pin.
Yep.
It's not the ref's job. Like, that for me, I kind of always feel that the ref, outside of major spots for safety, the ref should have no idea the ending of the match at all.
Oh, yeah. No, they shouldn't. It makes it better because the ref is just doing their job. They're enforcing the rules of the match.
Yes.
Imagine if AEW did this for the Lucha Bros, who refuse to make tags because that's not this is the Lucha style, and Jericho basically calls them out saying, "No, that's not, because I've worked down in Mexico. You're just lazy."
You guys are you're not planning this out well.
So, no, imagine they would get counted out or disqualified, and sure, fans would boo because you disqualified them, but they're not following the rules because they're making they just don't want to do it that way. They want to just kind of go back and forth at their own pace.
It
And
also,
I'm sorry, you got to enforce the rules.
you know, it would also build up the Lucha Bros as being heels to do that.
Yeah.
Where if they just continue on just doing their thing, the ref is called the match. The faces go, "Oh, the match is over. We won." And then the Lucha Bros are still just beating the crap out of their opponents because they're like, "No, we go until you don't get up anymore." "Oh, you're done? All right." And then they just leave. They're like, "We lost, but we're the ones walking out of here."
Yeah. But it's just one of those things. But again, just overall, I think it's better that the ref doesn't know
Yeah.
the finish. It just, to me. Adam, what else we got on the docket, or was that it?
Oh, well, one thing that we didn't talk about with WrestleMania, this year the host, it's Rob Gronkowski, the former tight end for the New England Patriots, and friend to the imaginary friend of Zack Ryder.
So the Gronk is hosting WrestleMania.
Yep.
What is Gronk? Who is Gronk?
What is Gronk?
Yep, stealing Wrestle Talk stuff right there. Why not?
I actually kind of like it. I'm hoping that they officially are able to bring Gronkowski in. I would love to see him actually work as a tag team, starting out with Mojo Rawley.
Well, the fact that he's going to apparently SmackDown and he's only here for a couple of matches, not actually a long-term contract.
No. That's crap.
So, but I honestly don't give a shit if the WrestleMania had a host or not, so this makes no difference. I'm not watching WrestleMania, period, so...
I mean, I've already canceled my subscription, and that was... Originally, the plan was because I needed to save $10 a month. Then they did the Saudi Arabia show, and I was like, well, it was happening anyway, so cancel. I will probably watch in some manner WrestleMania this year, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to watch it live.
Nope, I'm not going to watch it at all. I'm so done with WWE. I got a free trial of the network and immediately canceled it just to cancel it again.
Just so they knew that you were canceling a second time.
Exactly. Well, Adam, since you don't want to fantasy book and actually want to think through your thoughts, how
yes, I
dare
do.
You?
Oh, the ratings this week. Forgot to run down those.
Yeah.
So this week, AEW was running an empty arena show with 2 huge reveals, and NXT was running a clip show. NXT's ratings this week was 542,000. Understandable it would be lower than normal. The downfall is it was a drop of 155,000. Like last week, they had a drop of 21,000. That means that they've lost 170,000 viewers in 2 weeks.
Which just goes to show you that there is about 500,000 people who watch NXT who will only watch NXT regardless of what crap they put on there.
Yes.
Because it's WWE.
Exactly. The other
That's
one,
sad.
AEW's ratings, 932,000. It's an increase of 166,000 over last week. Which, I mean, last week it was a drop of 140,000. So then that means over a 2-week span, they gained 26,000 fans.
Yeah. So
Good on them.
If Dynamite is able to keep going with their live shows on a limited crew, that'd be great.
Yep.
And this will continue. if they can't, it'll be interesting to see what goes on, but only time will tell. But
Exactly.
since that's all we have, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
why don't you comment down below? Let us know what you thought
No,
of.
we have one more segment to go over this week.
What is it now?
New England Wrestling Alliance.
Oh, God.
This week, it's the fallout from Blood Feud 3, Return of the Feud. Return of the Feud, Blood Feud 3 was an amazing show, ladies and gentlemen. Huge, huge matches. Brand new champion. Uncle Freddy is now the New England Wrestling Alliance champion. Zop Club are now the New England Wrestling Alliance tag champions. Gazan, he won. He was able to retain his Chowda Championship for the 5th time in a row, which gives him a #1 contender shot at the New England Wrestling Alliance Championship, which this week he is going directly after it. So we're going to have not only a New England Wrestling Alliance Championship match, that's the main event this week, but we're also getting a new Chowda champion as well. We've also got a #1 contenders match for the tag team championships this week. It's the Dark Order, not that Dark Order. They're thinking about changing their names to the Elders versus Phantasm, which is one half of that is Gazan, the man who is also going to be in the main event. He's double dutying this week. We've also got a couple of other singles action and a promo from somebody that you would never have thought of. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and check out New England Wrestling Alliance Slammin' Saturdays every Sunday. I'm hoping that I get it up this week on Sunday. It might be going live on Monday instead. I don't know. No, really, I don't know.
With all your free time, you mean you can't get up on the scheduled broadcast time?
Look, I'm going away for the weekend, so I don't know when I'll be back. They might shut down interstate travel, and I'll never be able to get back. Never, ever get back. Which means that the YouTube channel will be completely, empty until I get back to upload again.
Or Tim could just upload whatever the fuck he wants on this channel because he has access.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the current. It's not going to be carrying on these storylines, man, that we've had going for months on end.
It'll be the Tim show where Tim just rants about how terrible Adam is in his face.
Ooh, that's just mean. You're going to take your one per list?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, spoilers for what's coming up in the whatever the championship your organization is called. I can't even remember that off the top of my head.
New England Wrestling Alliance. It's NEWA.
Everyone dies.
No, not everyone dies. They are held in a completely different place, so they don't have to worry about no viruses or anything like that. So they were able to have an audience in the studio.
Oh no. No. I'm talking about the Llamageddon.
Oh, no, that's not... there have been whispers of a possible Llamageddon coming up at some point, but don't worry. Biff Stryker and his team that he has backstage are doing everything in their power to make sure that that it just never comes to fruition. There's nothing to worry about, ladies and gentlemen. The New England Wrestling Alliance isn't going anywhere. There's nothing to worry about. But the Llama does have a match on the show this week. I wonder if he'll be able to survive against the Reaper. Anyway, Tim, go ahead and close the show.
Yeah, spoilers, everyone dies.
No
anyway,
one
ladies and
dies!
gentlemen, comment down below what you thought of our show. Go ahead and bitch to Adam about how much of a loser he is for wanting to think through his thoughts on fantasy booking. And yeah, do that. But before you go there, you've been listening to us about an hour. Hit that thumbs up. It really helps support the channel.
Boop.
Yeah, and let's try to get 20,000 likes on this video.
Look, I can only create so many fake accounts to give us likes, man.
20,000 likes. Come on, guys. You're home doing nothing else. Just go for it.
Yeah, just create as many fake accounts as you possibly can. Just give us all the
Exactly.
thumbs up.
Since it's right there and you're going to give us 20,000 likes, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Ding!
Wow. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Since it's right there, hit that subscribe button.
Ding!
There you go.
Okay.
Ring that bell
Ding ding.
and get bent like Adam's hilarious and hideous face.
Dude!